Federal High Court in Port Harcourt has dismissed the final case challenging the defection of 27 members of Rivers State House of Assembly from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressive Congress. The case was filed by the Boot Party against the Lawmakers, who are led by the Speaker, Right Honorable Martins Amehule. The Lawmakers are known to be loyal to former Governor Nyesom Wike. Justice Emmanuel Obile ruled in favor of the Lawmakers, bringing an end to the legal battle surrounding their defection. Reacting to the ruling, an aide to the Speaker, Martins Wachuku, shared a statement on social media. He said, the Federal High Court, Port Harcourt, presided over by Honorable Justice E.A. Obile, has today, 5th May 2025, dismissed the last defection suit filed by Boot Party against Right Honorable Martin Chike Amehule and 26 others. The court held that it aligned itself completely with the judgment of the Supreme Court of 28 February 2025, same subject matter having been conclusively resolved and determined. This ruling follows an earlier decision by the same court, which also dismissed a similar suit brought by lawmakers loyal to Governor Similaye Fubara. Now, this is the last defection matter, and to a large extent, that has been laid to rest by this particular judgment. So, as we move forward to another chapter of Rivers State political situation, what do you have to say?
Yes, ab initio, we said it categorically that Supreme Court haven't given judgment recognizing the 27 House of Assembly member that nothing again will touch Martins and co. But so many Nigerians criticized us that we don't know what we are saying because it's simple. What happened, like I keep saying, some people are not duly informed of what is happening in the country. So many are just acting out of personal vendetta against the FCT minister, just out of nothing. So many are acting simply because, it is sinful bara today. Tomorrow it can be anybody. What we want to do is to set the record straight, let the laws of the land be straight. For clarity's sake, I want to reiterate what happened briefly in Court of Appeal before the matter went to Supreme Court. The Court of Appeal gave a judgment in favor of Martins and co. Thereafter, did not grant a particular brief, a particular prayer. So that now made Martins Amehule and the remaining 26 to file an appeal in the Supreme Court, challenging the refusal of the Court of Appeal to give voice on that particular prayer. What did the lawyer to Governor of Rivers State and Rivers State did? He went and filed a cross appeal, bringing in the fact that the 27 House of Assembly members are unknown to the law, that they have defected. That at that point, they cannot ask for that prayer. The Supreme Court, in their wisdom, looked at it and gave a judgment. If Falana hadn't brought that cross appeal to Supreme Court wouldn't have given judgment on defection. But Falana was the one who filed cross appeal talking about defection. So Supreme Court now finally laid the rest to it. So the question is, how do we think that lower courts will say otherwise? Because that matter died a natural death when Supreme Court adjudicated on it.
Okay, so now to a large extent. But at the end of the day, right, Rivers State's political crisis appears to go beyond judicial intervention. To a large extent, to what I have seen, what I have observed, it seems to be beyond judicial intervention. So how do you think going forward this is going to play out?
Yes. we are in the peacemaking process. Okay, we are in the peacemaking process, and in my opinion, what will bring lasting and sustainable peace politically in Rivers State is simple. Dramatis personas, stakeholders of the state, those same stakeholders who sat and agreed that Sir Similaye Fubara will be chosen as our dear candidate during the last general election, they need to resit again with the governor. And the governor need to own up the fact that he made a mistake. He need to own up the fact that, look, I have done a wrong. Can we maintain status quo? The status quo is simple. He knows what he agreed with the stakeholders. It is simple. I said it before, this is politics. It is not church meeting. It is not our village meeting. It is not what they do in non-governmental organization. This is politics. Nigerians should stop being emotional about this whole thing. Stakeholders. I'm not talking about FCT Minister Wike and him. I am talking about the party's stakeholders that sat with him and agreed that when we make you the governor of Rivers State, some persons will be appointed into positions of trust. Some will get contracts as running around for the state. The governor should own up the fact that he has to keep to terms. Because when you don't keep to terms of agreement, then it will be against you. That's the truth. So for peace to reign, for we to have a genuine, lasting peace, let the governor wholeheartedly do the bidding of the stakeholders. That does not mean that they will determine everything. Because it's a question of who gets what at this point. And believe me, the governor needs to budge for us to have peace.
Very well. Apparently, Zamfara State is coming up with its own crisis and parallel house of assembly. So let's go to Zamfara State and see what's going on there.
There are two sets of people, the oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the top thing. Who can come and salvage us